Welcome to Still Plays Galaxy of Heroes. This is Galactic Challenges. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Before we jump into the strategy for beating this event, it's fairly easy. I'm not going to go super in depth. I do want to touch upon that I have started a new account. I was going to do this once I got to 1,000 subscribers, but as friend of the channel pointed out, A2Daj, shout out. It is the best weekend to be doing it right now. It is the perfect time. Not only do you get anniversary rewards, which will really jumpstart things, but it's because of the double drops and the charge economy changes. But more than that, it's the gear. Early on, that gear crunch is super annoying, where it becomes very limiting for how quickly you can develop your roster. That is really minimized this weekend. So if you've ever been considering creating an alt, or you have family who might be interested in starting the game, this is the perfect weekend to do it. Now, the primary reason I was going to start this account was to be able to revisit events like Chewie, Malik, events that my main account is too far developed to be able to show how to beat those events with an optimized roster or a low gear roster. But while I started playing this, I already started seeing things that need to be revisited. I think going after Phoenix immediately, or going after Separatists, or some of the other starter teams that have been recommended in the past, I don't know if that makes sense on day one. Because level 28 when you unlock Squad Arena, to like level 40 when you get Galactic War, to level 60 when you get ships, and so on to level 85 when you can start doing some of the legendary events. There's a long period where you might not be doing as well as that you could, or that you could be doing a lot better than the pack. And when you look at the characters that you're given, what I really wanted to be considering is, okay, how can I really augment the starter characters that you're handed out, and how quickly you can pivot to some other squads. And when I settled on, the first character I unlocked, other than the characters you're given out, is Range Trooper. Cheap node that is accessible right away. The synergies Range Trooper gives with Empire is pretty huge. He assists all the time. He gives protection up to all Empire at a time where you don't have mods and there's not a lot of ways to get protection up. Range Trooper is extremely powerful. You're given Snow Trooper to start with, and you can immediately start taking advantage of those synergies between Range and Snow Trooper, even though it takes a while to farm Snow Trooper. And then Stormtrooper is easily farmed from Cantina. When you get to Galactic War, you can get Magma Trooper. Fairly soon, I will be able to get to General Veers, and then Vader, the pilot, Royal Guard, all those characters you get very early on. And I suspect that Empire might be the best starting team to go with before you start pivoting to Phoenix or some of these other squads. So I'm going to be testing that out over the coming weeks and just checking back in from time to time, showing you how my roster is developing. It's not something I'm going to want to stick with. I'll be pivoting at some point, and there's a few squads that I'm thinking are good pivot squads. So now we will go jump into the Galactic Challenge. So with Galactic Challenges this week, we're just going to be doing Tier 7. Because this is, for the most part, the same as last week, we're not going to break this event down with the same level of detail. We're using the same squad that we used last week. We're going to be trying to get the contract off in a similar way. Really, the only differences here is the makeup of the squad's a little bit different. There's Mando lead, not IG-88 lead. And we're going to be disintegrating characters in a different order. So we need to get the stun here, because we need all of those assists to count toward the contract. Without the stun, they're not going to count towards the contract. That was a mistake. I needed Django to go. I think we might still be okay, because we don't have to deal with L3 cleansing. We're going to get all the assists here. And now we should have the contract go off with this hit from Boba Fett. And we're gonna you know what? We are not going to do another ability block. We're gonna save that one. I'm gonna hit Queel instead. And now with Mando's turn, we're gonna take out his Mando. When I've tried this in the past, taking out IG-11, their Mandalorian would do so much damage to my team and just take them out. This works a lot better getting rid of their damage output. Now I go after Queel because he is weak, and we can take him out fairly quickly and get to that 5-on-3 advantage. That's going to really set us up well for the rest of the matchup. So Queel is gone. We have our advantage. Now we are going to try and land ability block. Going to taunt. We are going to focus over here on Cara Dune. What we're trying to do is just wait it out until Mandalorian can go again, and Mandalorian will then take out IG-11. We're going to put the stagger over here. We're going to cleanse and get protection up. And now we are going to call in Django to assist. We'll hit the stagger, and we'll also get the double tap. I'm going to dispel the taunt because Boba Fett was taken out once. He has to respect the taunt. Focusing on Cara Dune. And try and land a daze on her. Not that it matters too much. Alright, that's a problem. We'll see if we're still okay. Do the assists. Now we have a slight advantage. He's got tenacity up, so I'm not going to stun and do the assist there. And you know what? I'm going to try something. Alright, we're going to try and get the stun here. I've been trying to get the footage for a couple times now, and Karga has been doing a lot of damage. I'm going to take out Karga. Because as I'm playing this, I'm not really struggling with IG-11. He doesn't seem to be the same problem he was last week. Like, you can see that he's been under control for most of this battle. So I think we're leaving him for last might be the best way to go. Yeah. Because the last couple times I did this, I would get it down to the two of them again, but Karga would end up soloing the rest of my team. Okay. And then the rest the same as last week. Same undersized teams, same other things. You don't have to worry about the thermals as much. Stuns might be a little bit easier. I'll play around with it a little bit more and see if that is what's the best way for me to get some of these stuns. It might just be bringing in like a Sith team and landing those stuns. But for that, we'll call it for this week. Again, happy Thanksgiving, everyone. This has been Still Plays. Be excellent to each other. Be safe out there.